Hi everyone, welcome to Shelf Control. I'm Norm,
I'm Lisa.
and today we're doing our random review. Flamecraft, the dragon grocery shopping game. I don't know, you got the
Village,
shops.
town, something.
So this is designed by Manny Vega with art by Sandra Tang.
Art is super cute.
The art is so cute. The production value is pretty awesome. Let's get that box way up there so you can see. Look how cute they are. That's going to be in the way.
That's going to be in the way.
That will not. If you saw our unboxing of Andromeda's Edge, or I think I mentioned this game in a thrift store pickup, it wasn't a great deal, but I got it used, and the main reason I got it was because there was a special shop promo included in Andromeda's Edge, and it was like, all right, well, let's try Flamecraft and see if it's worth playing, because I got a promo card for it. Why wouldn't I get the game?
And Andromeda's Edge also comes where you can be this faction. Is that what it's called?
You're like, I think it's a faction. You're the dragon factions, and it's got the cute art to go with it, and so you can actually play as these dragons in Andromeda's Edge. So, what's this game about?
You tell me.
So in this game, your objectives are to complete these enchantments that will enchant the different shops on the board. This is how you will primarily get your points, is through enchantments. And each enchantment has a recipe of what you need to be able to complete that enchantment. You'll get some other points along the way. There's some of these special dragons that have points. Two points if you have 3 meat at the end of the game, plus 3 if you have the most meat. So you'll have some in-game scoring, but primarily your points are going to be coming from enchanting the shops.
And you just have to acquire those ingredients by going to the different locations in the town, in the different shops, to get them.
Yeah, so it's really simple how you play. You've got two
steps. You can either gather on your turn, or you can enchant on your turn, and depending on which one you do, you just follow the steps.
Follow the steps.
So if you're gathering, you're going to gain a good, and what does that there mean? What is that symbol?
Gain goods, money.
Oh, money.
And possibly dragons.
Yep. Okay. So you're either going to gain the goods, the money, or the dragons listed by going to a particular shop.
So if I wanted to, on your first turn, you start off the board and you can go to any shop. So let's say I went to this Hello Nursery.
Hello, nurse. Hello, nurse.
And you would get a leaf from the shop, plus any resources for any dragons that happen to be there. And at the beginning of the game, the leaf shop gets a leaf dragon. So I would get two leaf tokens and put that in my supply, and those are things I can use later for an enchantment that I might be gunning for.
On your turn, you can also place a dragon card and gain the reward. So if you happen to have a dragon card in your hand that meets the symbol of the shop you're in, meaning that you either need to, in the next 2 locations, it's either going to be a leaf, a bread, or a money.
No, the last part is the reward that you get for placing there.
Oh, okay.
So it has to be a leaf or a bread.
And then the other one has to be a bread. So if you've got a dragon in your hand that has the leaf or the bread, you can put him down in that location, and you'll get that reward on the spot that you place him.
Yeah. So in this case, I'm holding on to a potion dragon and a leaf dragon. So I could take this leaf dragon and put him into the second spot, which needs either a leaf or a bread. And this guy's the leaf. And the reward is a coin. And the coins are points at the end of the game. And they're also a wild resource. So now if I wanted to, I could say I had 3 leaves, or 2 leaves and a bread, or something like that. And so placing the dragon, I get whatever the reward is in that spot.
And then you can fire one of the dragons there. And that just means you can activate one of the dragon cards that are there, and each of them have something that they do.
So each colored dragon has the exact same ability. In this case, the leaf dragons, when you fire them, you give a good to another player to gain 2 points. So since I put a leaf dragon there, at this point there's only 2 leaf dragons there. So if I want to, I can fire one of those, which means I would be giving Lisa one of my resources, doesn't matter which one it is, and I would gain 2 points.
And your points are kept up with on the board, the neoprene board that they give you, that comes with the game, and you just go around. So once you pass 50, you take your little dragon heart token, flip it over, and then you continue on. So you're just circling the map with your points. So he would have gotten 2 points for that. I would have gotten a leaf. And then the last thing you can do is you may use the shop ability, if any. So the starting shops don't have a particular ability, but as you go and expose or create new shops, or open new shops, I guess, they'll have special abilities
down on the bottom here. This one says gain 2 times the reward from an empty slot here, or gain 2 times of all the dragon's goods. So if it's empty, you can get a lot of stuff, or if it has a lot of dragons there, you can get a lot of stuff from the dragons. But that's a special ability on these. And these, you pick a certain number at random and have them shuffled, and these will come out whenever a shop gets full of dragons. So since I put 1 dragon into Hello Nursery, there's only 1 more open slot. If that slot gets filled, so here's a bread dragon, you'll go there, that fills it up. You would take the top card from the pile and put it face down. It doesn't get revealed until the beginning of the next turn, or is it at the very, I think it's the end of the turn.
At the end of the turn, flip over any new shops, refill the park, and enchantments.
Yeah, so then we would flip that over. Since there's an empty spot in the park, you have 5 dragons here, you would refill from the top of the deck. If any of these enchantments had been done, you'd refill, and then it would go to the next person's turn.
And then on your turn, if you decided not to gather, you could enchant. And to enchant, you choose an enchantment that matches the shop icon. You pay the goods cost, gain the reward listed, and tuck behind the shop.
So you're still moving your dragon because you need to be at the shop that you want to enchant.
So this one is a meat.
All right, meat is over here.
So you would have to, if I wanted to do that, if I had the resources, I would go to the meat shop. Fee Fi Fo is the name of the enchantment. I would need a diamond, a potion, a leaf, and I cannot use money as a wild.
The wild.
So I would have to pay an actual diamond, an actual potion, an actual leaf, and then I can fulfill that enchantment. And then if I do that for sets of 3.
Yeah, so in that one, if you just did a diamond, a potion, and a leaf, you wouldn't get any points, but you do get to put the enchantment out.
Right.
But up to 3, so if you did 3 diamonds, 3 potions, 3 leaves, you would get 9 points. But you can choose to fulfill it early if you see somebody else at the table might be gunning for that. You're like, I can only do it once or twice, but I'd rather take 0 points than give you 9.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that enchantment.
And then once I do the enchantment, it goes up at the top of the store.
Yeah, it tucks in at the top.
And then that's just an additional resource. So when you go there,
symbol.
You now get 2 meat. Or in this case, because there's a dragon there that has meat, excuse me, you'd get 3 meat. So
yeah,
lots of meat.
As you are enchanting and adding dragons, you're getting a lot of resources when you go someplace.
So also when you enchant, you can fire any number of dragons there.
Yeah, so if it was filled with 3 dragons, you could fire each of the 3. In this case, the red one, all the red dragons, when they get fired, they can place a dragon into the town. It doesn't matter where, but you get the reward. So if she happened to have this potion in her hand, the spot that she's at doesn't take any potions, but it doesn't matter. She can put this anywhere in town where a potion could go.
Yep.
And so then she might put it down there and get the reward for that spot, which is a money. Or she could put it there, which is, as a reward, you get one of these special dragon cards to possibly score some points with.
So on an enchantment, you get to fire all of the dragons in that shop, where if you gather, you only fire 1 of the dragons in that shop. And just to mention, you can have a max of 7 of each type of good in your collection. So as soon as you get 8 leaves, you have to discard one of them. You can only have 7. And then the max dragons you can hold in your hand are 6. So 6 cards in your hand is your max. Otherwise, you have to discard down to them. But you have opportunities to play them.
I've never found the point where I had 6 dragons in my hand and kept getting more.
Right.
I always found myself being like, I really need to get more dragons into my hand.
You're gonna hit your max of each type of good, but then you end up turning them in for enchantments pretty quickly, so you can start flushing them out as well.
Yeah, the fact that it's 7 anvils, 7 diamonds, 7 posts, like you can have a ton of resources in front of you. You just can't have more than 7 of a single one, which is unique. I'm used to, you can hold an X number of resources between all of them. The Prince is crying. That's pretty much the game.
Yep.
You play through. The game ends when this deck runs out,
or
the enchantment deck. So that triggers the end of the game, and then you'll score everything together. And one thing about moving your dragons, if you move to a spot that has another dragon there, you have to give them a resource, and you have to give everyone who's there a resource. So in a multiplayer game, you might have to spend a bunch of resources, one to each person that's there. And that's
the game.
That's the game. To give you an idea of the different abilities that the dragons can do, the potion, the purple dragons, when you fire it, you can swap it with another dragon in the town and fire it. And so, you could move this potion dragon over here to that shop and bring the leaf dragon over and then fire it, which gifts a good for 2 points. And so you can arrange the dragons on the board that way.
The diamond dragon allows you to gain 3 different goods. So you would just gain it from the supply. So that gives you an opportunity to get more goods in your hand. The bread dragon just allows you to draw a dragon card.
And you've got your park of 5 face up here that you can pick from. Or if you're not interested in those and just want some luck, you can just draw from the top of the deck and see what you get. The last one is
the anvil.
The anvil, and you gain 2 of 1 good from either that shop or one of the dragons there. So in this case, the shop is an anvil, he's an anvil, and we have a potion there. So you can either get 2 anvil or 2 potions.
You have to get the same.
You got to get the same. And
so that's it. So at the end of the round, at the end of the person's turn, any enchantments get refilled. Any shops get flipped over, any new shops that have been discovered, and then it's the next person's turn.
The next person decides, am I going to gather or enchant? If I'm going to gather, I'm going to move over here, gather all the resources, get a potion and a leaf in this case, and fire a dragon.
He can place a dragon if there's a space for it.
Fire a dragon. Then turn goes to Lisa. Does she gather or does she enchant?
And then you just go until one of those 2 decks are empty and you score and you've got a winner.
So
it's a very light game. So it's not, it doesn't take very long. I think it maybe took 30, 45 minutes the first time we played, just because we'd never played. We played it a couple times. You did the solo version of it.
Played the solo, and the solo is quite playable. It's
well, I would hope so.
It's super simple to use, and the way that it churns is you'll draw the top card off of this deck to determine where the person's gonna go and what fires and stuff, and so the solo is constantly moving through this deck and taking enchantments as well. So the solo mechanism keeps driving towards the end game as well. So you have a certain amount of time to try and accomplish the highest score. The presentation, the production is really, really good. The art is top notch. I love the funny things that they put in.
Yeah, I mean, you just have all of the shops. There's always a dragon working in a shop with the person. Just super cute. There's a dragon putting a loaf of bread in the fire, while the baker is loading up some goods, and it's just really really cute.
And the name of the bread shop is Critical Roles, which is like the that YouTube D&D show called Critical Role, but rolls as in bread. Hello Nursery. I'm assuming that's from the Animaniacs. And there's all these things. The Draco Bell is the meat place, and like you were talking about this enchantment is the fee fi fo, but it's faux like the dish,
Yep.
instead of just the fee fi fo fum. And every dragon has his own name, even though all the meat dragons act exactly the same. This one's named Hickory. This one's named Brisket. They're different art on each of the dragons. They went above and beyond with the production on this. The board is a neoprene mat.
Yeah, I think this is cute. This bread, his name is Fondue. This bread is pan. So Spanish version of bread. So they were really creative. One of those leaf dragons, his name is Twig. So everything applies towards that particular resource. So it's very clever in how they designed it.
This is just the retail, not the Kickstarter deluxe version. You got the little wooden dragons, and these wooden pieces are great. I've seen pictures of, they have like the plastic figures for dragons. I don't know that that's a big upgrade to these wooden bits. These wooden bits are great. They're screen printed with the dragon's face on them. I think this is fine. You get the neoprene mat in the retail instead of a cardboard board. I almost feel like this is too much production for how simple the game it is.
That is true. That is true.
Like they could have dialed it back a little bit and maybe made the game a little bit cheaper and have it more accessible to families, because kids could definitely play this. It's real simple. I think I got this used for like $30, which is really more than I would have paid to pick it up if I didn't have a promo for it already. But I thought since I had the promo and it was available, let's give it a try.
Do you have any dislikes of it?
I don't feel any of the tension. That keeps coming up in so many of these videos I do, where I talk about the tension of the game. It's one of these things where it's like, this recipe takes 4 leaves and 2 anvils to complete.
And it's pretty easy to get anvils and leaves.
And it's like, you know what? If I go here right now, I'm getting 2 leaves, a bread, and a potion. And I'm going here and I'm getting 2 anvils and inputs. It's, as more and more of these enchantments go out, you put another anvil up there, all of a sudden you're getting 3 anvils when you get there. And you put the taco salad, to hit armor class 0 salad up above there. All of a sudden you're getting 3 leaves when you go there. You're just gonna get flush with resources, and it's not, how am I ever gonna do this? It's, well, let me look. Okay.
How quickly am I going to do it?
Can I do it faster than she can? Okay, all right. She's got a bunch of anvils, but she doesn't have a bunch of leaves, so I can probably go for that one. Okay. And so, yeah, it just, you're just given everything that you need without having to fight for it too hard, if that makes any sense. Even if she's there, I have to give her 1 leaf to get 3 leaves, a potion, and a bread.
Okay.
That seems like a great deal.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of stress in the game. So it's a little mild for my taste in games. It's a good game. It would be great if you've got kids. It's a good family game. It's just, there's no challenge in it for me. There's no stress in it, tension, like Norm said. For me, it's just not my, I hate to say it's too simplistic, but it's just not my cup of tea. It's a cute game. We've played it a couple times, but it's not one that I would ever suggest out of all of the games we have. If we want a quick game, it's not one that I would suggest that we play.
It's kind of at a level where this would be an introduction game for somebody to the hobby.
But I would say a young person.
But we have better games
Yeah.
for that. This would be, and that's what I was going to get to. This would be a good one for introducing a younger person. Maybe not more maybe like a preteen, where the cute dragon theme. Some of the bits might be a little bit too complicated for somebody younger. Like when you talk about swapping a dragon with another dragon in town and firing it, the whole strategy of, where do I need these dragons? Because some of your end game scorings requires dragons in certain places, and that might be a little bit too complicated for somebody to wrap their head around. But you can also have the kid just be like, do what you want. You take Lavender here, and if you want to, swap them with a Wingnut, and just, it may not be the best play, but let them
They're
do it.
Yep.
They're playing with the dragons, and they'll figure it out as they go. And so, yeah, this would be a great game to step younger players up to the other games. But if I was trying to get an adult who hadn't played real board games, I would introduce something like a Ticket to Ride.
Right,
or
we've got others that would scratch that itch.
Something like that. This wouldn't come out. And if it was just for me and Lisa sitting around being like, hey, let's play a game, it wouldn't be.
Right,
it
we're
wouldn't
not
be
picking
this
this.
one. Wouldn't be this one either.
But not to bash this game, because again, a lot of creativity went into this. The art is amazing. It's an easy game to teach, easy game to pick up. So it's a good game, just maybe not for us.
Yeah, I really wish I liked the gameplay more, because the art and presentation is just so good.
It's really cute. All right, let's give it some scores.
Okay. So 0 to 7 is what we do for like the mechanics of the game. Try to not have our own personal likes and dislikes come into it, unless it's something that's game breaking.
I'm going to give this a 7.
I'm leaning towards a 7 as well. It plays really well. You gather, you enchant, you follow those steps, you're doing the thing.
Rulebook is very clear. The player aid, I mean, you can't get any simpler. And so they made it super easy to pick up the game, to play it. You just follow your little card, you do what it says, and then your turn's over, next person goes.
They accomplished what they were setting out to do. It plays the way that they wanted it to play.
Yep.
I don't find any shortcomings, other than my personal opinion that it's just so easy to get resources, and I don't feel the tension. They made a game where they didn't want that kind of tension.
Yep.
And they succeeded. So yeah, I would give it the 7 out of 7 for the game mechanics as well.
Okay, what about your wow factor?
Wow factor's a 0. So, it's getting 7. It's a good game, Brant, but
yeah,
it's just not for me.
It's not our game. So, it is a game for someone. I can see us potentially gifting this to someone who's got some younger kids, older younger kids maybe, to get them started in the hobby. It's just not one I'm speaking for myself. It's not one I want to keep in the collection.
Yeah, I'm okay with not keeping it, because like I said, it's not coming off the shelf, and if the game's not coming off the shelf, it's got to be something super special for it to stay there. So
yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with letting this one go.
We're showing some shelf control.
So, and whoever gets it might as well throw in this.
Have we even opened it?
So I opened it to look at it. It's actually one that it like sits off to the side. Okay, no, it comes into play, but then when it gets filled with dragons, but then when it's empty, it gets removed and another one comes out. So it doesn't change the gameplay around all that much. There's no reason for me to hang on to this if we're not hanging on to that, even though it came with Andromeda's Edge. So that'll be an added bonus to whoever gets this copy.
I already have a person in mind.
I don't. So it'll go to whoever she has in mind.
Maybe. So that's Flamecraft.
So what do you think? where does it fit in your collection? Do you have the deluxe with the plastic pieces? Like I said, I haven't seen the plastic pieces in person. I've just seen pictures, but
yeah, what we have is so good. It's fine.
Yeah, with the neoprene mat and all that, I would have thought that this was the deluxe version. Anyways, the only thing is it doesn't have metal money. I don't know if the deluxe version comes with metal money or not, but
or something other than cardboard resources. But for what the game is, the pieces work just fine.
For a retail version of the game, I wish every retail version of the game came like this. The production is top notch. The art is wonderful. It's just and
it's super cute, which hurts my feelings to not keep, but it's not cute enough to make me want to play it.
And it's one that you'd like to sit and flip through and read all the names, and these special dragons have some really cool art.
So for the cute factor, for the cute factor, it's a 10. It's absolutely a 10. It's just not enough to keep in our collection. So we'll find it a home where it can be appreciated for the value that it is. So, all right, let's get a new random game.
All right, so that was a random down. So let's
we've got to find a new random.
See what we get as a new random.
And now that the holidays are over and things will hopefully start slowing down again, we can get back on track with getting games out or getting videos out a couple times a week. We have failed miserably on that. Paladins of the West Kingdom.
Paladins. That's right back here.
Oh my goodness. This is... We're not going to have to get more gameplays in to be able to review this one.
So,
This is probably my sister's favorite game.
Yeah, I was going to say it wouldn't be hard to get somebody to play this with us, because Lisa's sister really likes that game.
We play it frequently. We've played it frequently just recently. We
have the expansion for it as well, so we'll be able to talk about that. But yeah, awesome.
All right, we can totally turn out this next video right away. Let's just shut this down, do the review for that one, get them both out right away.
Welcome to a review of Paladins of the West Kingdom. Yeah, so that'll be coming up shortly. So keep an eye out for that. If you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get some notifications.
And thanks for you all starting to comment on our videos and chat with us, and follow us on BlueSky. Norm's out there pretty regularly talking to other gamers in the community and getting a little group going. Yeah,
it's just, I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of people have made the exodus to BlueSky through the board game community, and so there's a lot of active people out there. So if you're not on BlueSky, think about joining it and
check us out.
Following some people out there, because there's people talking about all kinds of games.
Yep. So that's it for today. Catch us next time with another review or another. Hopefully you won't find as many thrift store finds. Yes, exactly. Hopefully you won't see more thrift store finds, because we've got to get rid of some of these games before we bring more in.
If you are following us on BlueSky, you may have gotten a little teaser of something that might be coming up in a thrift store find, but we'll see. If I don't want to do a thrift store find for just a couple things, so we'll see. Hold those off until we get more.
Okay, so we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I miss our music. That's not our music at all. That's not even